All right, out in the garage again, in the middle of building a cabinet for our family room. A little extra counter space and then a space to store stuff in it. What I've got is the lumber for my framework cut out here. You can see these two legs I have already put together. There's the boards for another one that I'll show you going together here in a little bit. I've got kind of a mortise and tenon, pretty easy way to make them. That's how I'm putting this together. I built a desk using this same method. I take 1x4s like this one here and I rip it down so that 3 thicknesses of the 1x4 is the same. There makes the square post. And then I can just leave out or cut that one board short there. This will be the top for one of the tendons, and then the other tendon I'll go in here and butt into it. And down here, same, cut the board short so that the one can go through here. The one that comes into here, then we'll butt in and fasten. These holes were a little bit more difficult, and even the slot. Well, I took a 3/4 inch Forstner bit and drilled through the end, or in this case, the ends. And then in this case, where it's a hole out of the middle of the board, I took to the scroll saw and just scrolled out the part I didn't need. The same with this one. I took to the scroll saw and scrolled that out. Once I drilled through with the Forstner bit, then that piece came out. But that's how I did it. Glued them and then nailed them together with brad nailer. And I'll get set up and put one together and show you how that's done. All right. Got a board that doesn't have any slots or anything in it, and I'll start by putting the small piece on here. Handy dandy glue spreader from Rockler. Learned one thing pretty quick about this silicone glue spreader, and that's the mice like it. They got at it and chewed it up. Mice are evil. Got my mark and have 2 inches from the floor up to my first support. The glue spreader is awesome in the fact that once the glue dries, you just peel it out of there. Cleanup is super easy that way. And it saves doing this with my finger. Just keeps my finger cleaner. Not much, but a little bit. And when I put this one in, even though I have a mark, I take a blank piece here just to make sure that I'm giving myself the space that I need. Then we get to glue the last piece on. On this one, I like to slide this through and make sure that I get this lined up where it needs to go. And there you have it. That one might need a little work when I go to put it together, but there you've got it together. So one more to go. All right, I put all the rails and the posts together. Now it's just dry fitted together here. Let's just see kind of what it's about. I'm going to put a bypass sliding door in the front, paint it with chalkboard paint so that the kids can use chalk on it, mark on it. It'll be a shelf I'm going to put in the middle. Of course, it'll have a floor in it. Put a top on it. I'm going to put a piece of plywood down on the top, on the floor too, but then I'm going to put this flooring is what we have in our family room where this is going, and I'm going to put that style of vinyl flooring on the top, use it the same as we did there in the family room. That should match pretty good and being to be the same. Then I'll just put a back in it, and like I say, a shelf, sliding doors, paint it, trim out around the top of it somehow or another, figure that out. This is kind of what it looks like.